So the program tonight is called Connecting Connecticut, Exploring the State's Media Future. And let's start with a few quick facts. First of all, the number of media companies continues to grow in this state with the arrival of NBC Sports, Charter Communications, and Prospect Park's production of the soap operas One Life to Live and All My Children. These moves have added more than 650 jobs to the state of Connecticut, brought more than $25 million worth of investment into the state. So today, Connecticut is clearly a competitive market for professionals in the industry.
Our parent company, WPP, who most of you probably know for being the holding company for a lot of the large advertising agencies, has really made a commitment in the state of Connecticut to house a number of its units in Norwalk, and we're all moving in July, which is very exciting.
Comcast, one of the largest, I think the largest cable company in the United States, purchased NBC Universal in January of 2011. Ultimately, we had 4 offices in 3 different states. We had people in Philadelphia, people in New York City out of 30 Rock, and then we had 2, coincidentally, separate offices in Stamford, Connecticut. These 4 offices in 3 different states are now merging into one 350,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Stamford, Connecticut.
We have NBC Sports that has moved here. We have ESPN, who's been here for almost ever, but ESPN combined with NBC Sports are both participants in the Governor's First 5 program, and between the 2 entities, we're talking about 1,300 jobs being created. Between the 2 entities, we're talking about over $300 million of capital expenditures to make their studios happen here.
There's going to be increased demand. There already is from a lot of the clients even that I work with. And I think we'll see a lot more of these companies in Connecticut and co-locating together.
It reminds me of a client who was running a cable channel who said, you know, our biggest social media platform is Pinterest, but it didn't exist 2 years ago. I mean, that's how fast it's changing. How do you keep up, Chris?
Yeah, you don't. It's challenging. We had to have a few years ago, this is probably 3 years ago, we had to have an intervention with our boss at the time to say, social media is important, we need to start getting on this. And now we have a social media department.
Over $1 billion has been spent in Connecticut's economy by new companies. Over $1 billion. So I don't think, it might be happening slow, or it might not seem like there's much happening, but when big things move, they move slowly, but they move powerfully. And I think that we're going to continue to see growth in this industry.
The weather was perfect this past Sunday for the 14th annual Connecticut Veterans Parade. Nearly 3,000 veterans representing wars from World War II to Iraq and Afghanistan marched and rode their way into Hartford. Supporters and families lined the streets near the Capitol to honor those Connecticut veterans. Government officials such as Governor Dan Malloy and Senator Blumenthal also joined in the parade. The spectators cheered and waved their flags to not only honor, but to thank those who served our country, and to let the veterans know that they will remember.
This past weekend at McFadden Saloon at Citi Field, hundreds of loyal Mets fans gathered to celebrate the release of the Seven Lines 2014 calendar. All 12 of the models came out to celebrate the revealing of the new calendar's cover. The Seven Lines founder and diehard Mets fan, Darren Meenan, was excited to get the party started and talk to us about what it is that makes the Seven Lines such a unique company.
The brand is growing because of how diehard this fan base is. The brand is run by a fan, it's not run by someone that they don't know. So people really like that about the business.
The models were also excited to see themselves in the new calendar for the first time.
It's a very weird feeling. You don't really know what to expect, and you think you look one way, you see that, and you go, oh my gosh, that's me, and it's a very proud but strange feeling.
I'm excited to see myself on the calendar, but I'm really nervous to see how I look.
I'm excited that I got to support the Seven Line, and I'm really excited to see how we all turn out.
The party was well underway, and at midnight, the time came to reveal the 2014 Seven Line calendar cover girl. After the revealing, the fans lined up to meet the girls and get their new calendar signed. It was an amazing night for Mets fans who were looking forward to the 2014 season.